I'm joined here today by the one and only one championship heavyweight. I am, of course, talking about Alain Ngalani. Thank you so much for joining me, man. How are you?
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm very good, thank you.
Of course, man. Where are you currently in the world? I know everybody's under lockdown, quarantine, trying to survive. Where are you currently? Are you in Hong Kong?
I'm living in Hong Kong. Yes, yes.
Okay. Are you under lockdown with your family? Well, what's kind of your situation right now?
No, no. In Hong Kong at the moment, things are a bit more relaxed. I mean, we've been in quarantine for a couple of months. Right now, the restriction has been lifted, so people can go to work. The gym is open. Of course, we still have to maintain safe distancing and wear mask wherever we go. But yeah, it's a little bit more relaxed.
So, how did you survive quarantine? I mean, was it tough being locked down, or were you still able to live your life pretty normally?
No, I think everyone had to. I think everyone had to adapt. With the
Yeah.
situation. It wasn't easy. It was tough. As for everyone, it was tough. But as human being, I think that's one thing that we are able to do. Right, we can adapt. So we all have to adapt, and that's what I did. I adapted, and I tried to to keep up with my training as much as I could. Even training at home as much as I could. Yeah.
And the big thing, you mentioned the home training, and we know that physique wise, I mean, you're huge. I mean, everybody always talks about your physique. How important is it to get your training correctly to make sure that you continue to look, as muscular as you do?
I don't put an emphasis on looking big or as big as I do. I don't put an emphasis on that. I just keep my training going. I've been this size for as long as I'm for as long as I know. Since I turned 18, 19 years old, I was already that size. So that's my normal size. So I don't have to make an effort, or I don't have to think too much, to look like that. So, but in terms of training, I just make sure to keep up with my training, and I always be the size that I am, because that's me. So yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that are very jealous hearing you say that because you have people that work their whole lives and you show up at 18. You're in your early 40s and you have a better physique than most people. So I assume that's got to be a pretty good thing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a nice thing to hear. Yes, I get that a lot of times. People always tag me with. I mean, they don't believe and they can't believe that I'm a natural heavyweight,
Right.
or that I'm a natural, with this size, that I'm natural. They cannot believe. They always, tag it with. I'm not jumping out of the subject, but yeah, they always tag me with. Someone who's probably dealing with substance or whatever to have this size. But actually, no, not at all. This has been always my size, and no matter what I do a lot of cardio every day. My training has a lot of cardio involved. I'm running every day. I'm doing skipping. I'm doing a lot of cardio. I burn a lot of calorie, and I'm just the same size. Yeah,
I mean, it's a great point. It's a great point you bring up because I'm sure you get this all the time. People that think you're taking substances, steroids, all that stuff, because in MMA,
all the
yeah.
time, all the time.
How do
If
you
I
deal
do,
with it?
if I do the split, people say, "Oh, he's taking steroid." If I do a backflip, people say I'm taking steroid. If I throw a combination, people say I'm taking steroid.
Right.
It doesn't matter what I do. If I do push up, they say I'm taking steroid. If I do anything, they say I'm taking steroid. I don't know what to do. At first, like earlier on, it used to bother me. Now, not anymore. I mean, from time to time, it still annoys me to hear that, and I just feel like it's not fair, because I'm putting on a lot of work. I'm training every day. I'm being very consistent. I'm being, very, very, very dedicated.
Right.
And no
Yeah.
one, and a lot of people don't recognize that. At first, all they say is, "Yeah, he's taking substance. Stop taking substance, and you won't be able to do what you're doing." And I'm just thinking, that's ridiculous. But I will not dwell and focus on people who are negative. I also have to mention the lots of people, the thousands of people, the millions of people who are being motivated, and who are positive, and who say nice things, and recognize me for the effort that I put, and for what I do. So I should not just focus on the negative, even though that shows very quickly. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm a natural fighter. I'm a natural heavyweight. I'm a natural athlete. Um, I do not consume alcohol or smoke, or or whatever. So yeah, so that's me.
But if you do look at it, it can also be seen as a positive because it means your physique is so impressive that people are like, "There's no way you can do that natural." So I guess in a way, it's kind of a compliment too, without without realizing it.
Sorry.
It's kind of a compliment too because if people see the physique and they're claiming you're doing steroids, it means they can't believe you look like that.
Yeah, I mean that's also one way to take it, right? That's one way
Right.
to look at it. I can look at it that way, and sometimes I say to myself, yeah, maybe okay, I take it as a compliment if you want to.
But so the news while we were all under lockdown, under quarantine, we find out that there's potentially a fight happening between you and Vitor Belfort. How exactly did this happen? What's the latest on this fight?
Well, this has been in talk, in negotiation on the radar for a while. Unfortunately, the coronavirus, came in, and everything has been on hold. But like you say, we heard Victor announce it himself. But at the moment, it's still earlier to say. We don't have a date because everything is still pending. The coronavirus situation. Hopefully, all the state lift the ban on traveling, and borders open. So that the fight can happen.
The biggest question people have for this fight though is it happening in MMA or are we going to see this in boxing or Muay Thai? Where's this fight happening?
I think it might happen in kickboxing.
Okay, I assume this gives you the advantage.
I hope so. Yeah, yeah.
And so, what's your
I like,
reaction?
I like to think so. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully, right? What's
No,
your
no. A fight for me, a fight is a fight. Okay, a fight
right?
is a fight. I'm an athlete. I'm a fighter. This is what I do. A fight is a fight. I do not underestimate Vitor Belfort. He's a legend. The man is a legend. He has, his palmarès speak for itself. He done incredible things. I respect that. It's an honor to meet him in the ring or cage or whatever. And saying so, I'm at this point of my life. I think I I reached a point where I needed a motivation, something to bring me back, or to bring back the fire in me. Sometimes as an athlete, things goes very quickly, and sometimes you are in there 100%, and sometimes you feel it, and sometimes you don't feel it. Sometimes you just get lost in there, and you go in there, you're fighting, but you're not really in there. And I've been feeling that for my last couple of fights, and I took a break. Also, I had the injury that I needed to deal with, but everything is done now. I'm feeling healthy, and I just needed something that can bring back the fire in me, and this is the fight. To bring the fire in me. So I'm fired up. I'm motivated. I'm 100% in it. So I'm going there to put fire. And Victor Belfort is a legend. So, you know, I can't wait for this.
And so, how good was the break for you mentally? Because I assume we saw with like Michael Jordan, for example, he was saying he needed to take some time off, take time to decompress. How helpful was it for you to take some time off?
I think it done me good. I think fighter, we never really say it, and we never really want to admit it. We are in there, we just keep running, keep running, keep running, and we get burned, but we don't even realize, and we just keep going. We just want to go. We're very stubborn. Fighter, athletes, we're very stubborn. We just want to do. We just want to jump in there. But sometimes it's good to take a step back and just and reset, and that's what I did. I kept it back, and then I reset, and yeah, and I heal both physically and mentally.
And something that I'm curious about, obviously, we're doing this interview in English. You're living in Hong Kong. I know you're originally from Cameroon. How many languages do you speak?
I speak French. I speak a bit of English.
It's
I
not
speak
bad.
a bit of Chinese, Cantonese, and my local dialect. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's a lot of languages for you to learn. And
Thanks.
so how was it for you to learn these languages? Do you enjoy learning a new language, or did you kind of have to do it in order to make it out here?
No, I enjoy learning. I enjoy meeting people. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy learning. So learning has been, that's what I do. I just keep learning. I learn martial art. I learn all sorts of martial art. I just keep learning languages. That's what life is about. You keep learning. You never stop. Learning never stops. So So, and that's what keeps us going. So it's always, it's always nice, to be learning something new. You feel like you're evolving. You feel like you're doing something with your life. So yeah.
With that being said, what was the toughest language to learn? I assume it's got to be a Cantonese or one of those languages.
I wouldn't say. I can't say it like that. I think uh, when you don't know a language, it's tough.
Right.
That's what I think. I think when you don't know, it's tough. From looking from the other side, it looked tough. And then once you're in there and you start swimming, you learn, and it's not tough anymore, and you can't see it as tough anymore. So it's very difficult to describe which one was the toughest. I think it depends how you jump in there or how you all started. If you put on the effort, you learn. Yeah.
I agree with that. I have two languages myself, but I think trying to add more languages is going to be very difficult.
That's true.
All right, so listen, with this fight against Vitor Belfort, we'll kind of wrap up here. How do you see that fight playing out? Obviously, kickboxing, we're going to see it on the feet, but what kind of fight are you expecting against a legend like Vitor?
I'm sure. I'm sure Vitor Belfort is looking to make a statement, because this is a huge comeback for him. So I'm sure he's looking to make a statement, and I don't expect anything less. I'm looking to make a statement. He's looking to make a statement. I mean, that's awesome, right? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't that what the fan? Isn't that what the fans want? So I think we're gonna give the fan what they deserve and what they want to see. It's gonna be explosive. I can guarantee you, I'm going there to take that. But no, Victor Belfort is a legend. So I say it again. No disrespect to him. I'm coming to take that fight, Victor. You better be ready.
And just one last question. When do you think we're going to see this fight? I mean, I'm sure it's very difficult, but do you have an idea when we're going to see it?
I think within this month or beginning of June, we're gonna have some date. But it's happening this year.
Sounds good. I know everybody's looking forward to it. Listen, thank you so much for the time, Alain. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we can see this fight soon. It's going to be a great one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You keep
All right.
well.